Well, before the break, Jimmy spoke with Food Network star Pioneer woman Ree on how to add more flavorful vegetables to our plate.
And Ree shared with us her recipe for spring stir fry that it looked so good and it sounded so good that we're going to give it a try just to see if it's really that easy to make.
And I want to tell you, I made this last night because I wanted to try it out before I tried it on the show.
Right.
It was a hit, and it's very easy to make, and you only need a few ingredients. Like she said, the Land O'Lakes salted butter, of course you're going to want that. You want garlic, you want some parsley, carrots, asparagus, of course a pound of jumbo shrimp, green peas, they can be frozen or fresh, whichever you have, Parmesan, and lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
And of course, and salt and pepper as well. Of course, if you have fresh of any of this, it makes it better, but if you don't, it's okay.
It's okay.
Because it's so quick and easy to make. So I'm going to start off by putting the butter in a pan here, and what I want you to do is start cutting the carrots and asparagus. Now the carrots, we call them penny carrots. That's what I want you to cut them up into.
Okay.
And the asparagus, just cut them into chunks that are about, I don't know, 1.5 inches long or so. And if you need to trim the ends, I don't think we do those. You need to trim the ends of those. That's
I'll be honest,
great.
I'm going to be very interested in seeing how this works out. I'm not a real big asparagus fan. Carol is. Carol loves asparagus.
Well, you know, it's really funny you should say that because my oldest son hates asparagus. So when he saw that this was what was for dinner, the first serving of it, which says a lot because there were 2 and there would have been 3 if we had any more.
Oh my goodness.
The first serving of it, he actually didn't take any of the asparagus. He just took the carrots.
Yeah.
And he loved it. And he said, you know, I'm going to try it with the asparagus. And he loved that too.
And he liked that too.
So yeah, that was a hit. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of sauteing the garlic in the butter. And as you know, we don't want to overcook that. About a minute is fine. And then I'm going to start sauteing the shrimp. Now we have some jumbo shrimp here.
You can never go wrong with shrimp.
You can't.
She really, okay, so you've done this.
I've done this.
And Ree really made this look easy. And I'm thinking, wow, did she have all this stuff pre-prepared?
Well, she did it in a few steps.
Yeah.
You know, she already had some of the shrimp already cooked. And of course, she wasn't chopping either. You're chopping. I had to give you something to do. Now,
I run into that a lot.
We love fresh shrimp is wonderful, and it's plentiful here on Delmarva. But you know what? If you're coming home from work and you don't want to stop at the seafood market or the grocery store, and you have some in your freezer, that's fine too. It takes like a minute to just run some water over it and thaw it out.
Right.
Just make sure it's completely thawed because you want it to cook. And when you're cooking shrimp, you want all of the, I guess, opaque appearance to be gone.
Yeah.
So you want it to be pink without overcooking it.
Okay,
So
I'm going to
that's
ask you a
what I'm
stupid
going
question here.
Yeah.
How much of this asparagus do I chop? Do I take off the ends or do I leave the tip?
No, that looks good. I would leave it just like that.
Like that? Okay.
Yeah, keep the ends.
Right.
Now, if you have asparagus that's maybe has the ends don't look great or that has the real hard bottoms and stalk, you might want to cut those off and not use it. But I like to use as much of it as possible. And what I don't use, I give to the rabbit, as you know. We don't
That's
waste
not the sun,
in my
that's a real
house.
rabbit, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and of course, if you would like to make this at home, and I strongly suggest it, there are three ways you can get it. You can send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland, 21801. You can go to our website, delmarvalife.com, or you can give us a call, 443-880-9116. Make sure you let us know that you want the recipe for spring stir fry.
Are you about ready for some of this?
I'm about ready for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shrimp out of the pan and just set it aside. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on top of here because I like to keep it warm. And now we're going to start on the vegetables. And hopefully it'll stay there. Okay, so I'm going to put the rest of the butter in. She put all the butter in at once.
Right.
I put half the butter in for the shrimp and then half for the vegetables. So go ahead and toss that in there.
You didn't worry about actually cleaning out the pan or
No,
anything
you want to
like
leave that there because of course you have that garlic and butter flavor in there.
Well, look at that. Most of it actually made it in.
Yeah, very good,
Who'd have
Jimmy.
thunk?
Who'd have thunk you could do that? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just soften these, and I'm with Ree. I like to have it so that it's not mushy. I do not like
Are you a texture
mushy.
person?
I like texture, and I like crunchy vegetables, not too crunchy.
Right.
That's why I like to steam my vegetables typically, but for this, we're just going to put it in the pan with the butter and just kind of cook that around a little bit until it softens, about a minute or so. And then here's what I did. I took the vegetables, and I kind of made a little,
Why'd you do that?
because that's where I'm going to put the peas.
Really? Oh, look at that.
Isn't that
See?
pretty? Look how
Yeah.
colorful that is.
I got to start calling you Chef Lisa from now on. Man.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this until my vegetables, I had frozen peas.
Right. So it's going to take a little bit.
It's going to take a little bit, and then we're going to put the shrimp back in and
Right.
saute it for a little bit. Then we're going to add the lemon juice, salt and pepper, Parmesan, and the
rest of the
parsley.
stuff.
And when we come back, we're going to do all of that and taste it. I said when we come back,
Oh, sorry.
we're going to taste it.
First, let's take a look at what's coming up in the news on the first at 5 on Fox 21 and later on WBOC News at 6. Well, I didn't eat a cooked one.